Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to have a little fun doing a get ready with me summer look using all my favorite products available at Sephora. Sephora has some major summer deals going on starting now through July 8th. And I'm so excited to be teaming up with Sephora again. So thank you, Sephora, for sponsoring this video. Today I'm going to highlight some of the awesome deals going on at Sephora. But then I also wanted to show you my go-to summer look using all products that you can pick up at Sephora. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look and learning a little bit more about the Sephora summer deals going on now through July 8th, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we dive into my go-to summer makeup look, I wanted to share some of the awesome summer deals going on. So as of June 26th now until July 2nd, there's 25% off select shampoos and conditioners. And that includes my favorite Olaplex. This is the number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo and the number 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. This is something that I will use a cycle of. I like to do a cycle of this and then I will rotate through other shampoos. But right now my stylist had told me to do a cycle of the Olaplex, which is going to strengthen my hair. I am somebody who gets it colored every month, get rid of the gray, and I also do get it highlighted probably every other time. Definitely use some heating tools. So this is what I use to kind of strengthen my hair, nourish it. And then starting July 3rd through July 8th, they're going to have 20% off select moisturizers, and that's going to include 2 of my favorite moisturizers. I love this one from Merit. This is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. I love to use this before makeup. I also love the Pharmacy Honey Halo. This is such a good nourishing moisturizer, perfect for these summer months. And the best part is starting June 26th through July 8th, beauty insiders that spend $75 will earn an extra 500 points, and they will be having select beauty products up to 50% off. So I'm going to leave all the information down in the description box along with the code PLUSPOINTS. So now let's jump in to the tutorial. Okay, I am so excited to get ready with you today. I am going to be sharing sort of my easy go-to summer makeup look, and I'm thrilled to be working with Sephora again. So everything I'm going to use today, you will be able to pick up at Sephora. And I also will be sharing some of the awesome deals that they have going on, such as 25% off select shampoo and conditioners. I am doing another round of the Olaplex. This is the Bond Maintenance Shampoo number 4 along with the Bond number 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I love this brand. I've used it for a very long time. I tend to mix it up and basically do a cycle of Olaplex because this is going to repair and strengthen my hair, and I'm somebody who does get it colored every single month. I kind of highlight it every other month. So yes, my hair does need this Bond Maintenance shampoo and conditioner. So this is 25% off, and wanted to highlight that deal because it is amazing and I feel like everybody can use the Olaplex product. I also use their Olaplex number 6, the Bond Smoother. I love this. I actually need to purchase another bottle. And the Olaplex number 7 Bonding Oil. Again, longtime fan of the Olaplex brand. Okay, pulled my hair back, and basically I'm just gonna kind of walk you through my little summer routine. So what I've been doing is actually spraying on a little bit of this Tower 28. This is SOS little spray. I don't know exactly why I've been doing this, but it feels so good, especially when it's kind of warmer in the summer. So I've just been taking some of this and just spraying this on before I put on a moisturizer. So I'm somebody who really enjoys mists and essences and all that kind of stuff. And basically my daughter was using this and her skin looked so glowy that I was like, well, I need to get that as well. It's very good to kind of reduce redness. It's very calming to the skin, and it includes hypochlorous acid, which is basically a great anti-inflammatory for your skin. So basically I like to spray that on before I use a moisturizer. And one of the moisturizers that I like particularly during the summer months is from Merit. This is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer, and this is just a really great hydrating moisturizer. It creates a perfect canvas before makeup, and this one is going to be 20% off. And then of course we're going to use SPF, and I love the Sarah Creel. This is the Brilliant Repair Shield. It comes in two colors now. One is in Staycation. The other one is in Vacation. So one's going to have a little bronzy. I'll show you that. And one's going to have a little bronzy undertone. And then the other, Staycation, is perfect for my fair-skinned gals right here. And here is the SPF kind of blended out. You can see that the Vacation one is not too much, and since it is summer and I don't necessarily tan, I do love to use the Vacation one to give me a little bit of that golden goddess look. So this has an SPF of 50, and you want to put at least 2 fingerfuls on, and then I am going to take a minute. I like to apply this with my hands here, and you'll see it's definitely got a little bit of that golden bronze undertone here. And I'm just going to put that, I'm going to actually put it up underneath my eyes, get this all the way, and I like to go all the way down my neck. I do already have SPF on my body that I bring all the way up my neck and such. I like to use the Super Goop Play. I have that in the big pump that I put on after I take a shower. So thought I should mention that SPF is the best anti-ager out there. So I have become religious about using it on my body and face. And then for easy summer makeup, I have been using the new, this is the Merit, the Uniform, and this is the Tinted Mineral SPF. This has an SPF of 45, and I never use like these kind of things as just my SPF. I'm always going to use like an SPF as my last step in my skincare, such as this or some of my other favorite sunscreens. This is what I consider just bonus. So I do love wearing a tinted SPF in the summers because I just feel like it's just like a little extra bonus protection for my skin. And I'm going to take a pump of this. This is the shade 26. This works really well for me. This is great if you are my skin twin. This is what the color I would say is kind of great for us. And basically I start by putting this on with my hands, and then I like to come in with the Merit #1 brush. And then I will kind of buff it into the skin. But I like to just use this with my fingers first. And here is what the shade looks like kind of blended out. And this is great. It's just going to give you a little bit of extra coverage. It's not super high coverage here, so I will be coming in with a concealer, but this just blurs imperfections and kind of evens out my skin tone. And then to brighten up underneath my eyes, I like to use, this is the Firm Offer 4-in-1 Ultimate Eye Cream. I love this stuff. Basically, it's got a little peachy undertone to it, so I feel like it color corrects. Like I'm seeing a nice little bag there. Let's see if we can disguise that just a bit. This is an eye cream, has a little bit of like caffeine in it, so it's going to kind of waken up underneath my eyes here. So I'll put that on. And then I'm going to come in with my favorite CeraCreal Face Flex. This is in the shade 3.0, and I've actually gone through a whole one of the Face Flex. That's how much I love this stuff. So I'm just going to put a little here. And you also can use this all over your face, which I often do, but I have just been kind of coming through. This is going to add just a little extra coverage here, and I love it so much. So I will start by using the CeraCreal brush. It has one side that's like sculpting, and then the others you can use. Basically, I've been using the other side for concealer here, and then I'll use the warmth of my hands to make sure everything is blended in. Two brushes that I highly recommend are the Merit #1 brush. I love this for foundation. It is awesome, but I also use it for like all of my like cream liquid products. It is amazing. And I love this one from CeraCreal because it's just multi-purpose. I like having the little sculpt brush here as well as the other one. You can use it on your eyes, you can use it underneath for concealer. Just a really good multi-purpose brush. Okay, I am going to use one more CeraCreal product. I've absolutely been loving her Just Like Paradise bronzer. This is her cream bronzer, and I'm using this in the shade 2.0, and basically I just want to warm up the skin. So I like to kind of put on all my cream products and let that sink in while I am doing my eyes. So I'm going to come in here and I just dip in just like that with this brush, and then we are going to come up into the forehead here, and then come here, sculpt a little bit of bronze right here, and then bring it down underneath my chin. Then I'm going to come across my nose wherever the sun might hit, and then take a moment to buff that out. Little bit of warmth on the skin, not too much, and then going to pop on my current favorite blush. This is from Ciel, and this one has an SPF of 50 in it, and it is called the Blush and Protect. And I have completely fallen in love with the shade Bahati, which is basically your perfect dusty rose shade. And I love the fact that this also has a little bit of SPF in it, but I just take a couple drops here. I'm going to go up a little higher, trying to lift the face here. It's just the perfect color ever. And then you can use your fingertips, but I often just use my little Merit brush here, and I will just kind of come in here and kind of focus a little bit right here on the apple of my cheek and then sweep it up. But is this not the perfect little flush of color? It's not too much, and it just kind of sinks into the skin, looks natural, but I just love this color. So basically I just think it is a great shade, and I also love the fact that it has a little extra SPF for the summer. Okay, just a little bit of warmth, just a little pop of that dusty rose. And then once I have on all my sort of cream and liquid products on my face, I will come in and set everything with my Kosas. This is the Cloud Set Transparent Loose Setting Powder, and I love this one in candy. Just kind of brighten up my skin. And then what I've been doing is just taking like a slightly damp, just very slightly damp. You can also just use a powder brush, but I will just kind of come through the areas where I need a little bit of powder, little bit underneath the eyes, just a little bit, but basically I'm sort of pressing this powder into my skin without disrupting what I've already placed on. So I just kind of tap that in just a little bit just to set everything, and it really does set my makeup all day long. Kosas actually has like a really good puff as well. Of course, I can't find that at the moment. I'm thinking that my daughter might have stolen that. Okay, so basically I set everything, and then I go ahead and sort of sandwich this onto my skin because I really want to look sort of natural. So I'll come in with the Kosas Cloud Set Airy Setting and Smoothing Mist. That's what I'm saying. I like to do a lot of different little mists here, and then I will just do just a little bit of this. I found that I like to do this step right now instead of the very end, because sometimes when I use the mist, my mascara will kind of come, you know, it'll get a little bit wet and it'll kind of smudge up into my eye. Okay, so next we're gonna do a simple eye look. This is my go-to summer eye, and basically I love my Giorgio Armani eye tints in the summer. I don't spend a ton of time on my eyes, and I just love these so much because they can be one and done. You can use a couple of the shades. They're so easy, and basically I like to use like one of their matte shades, and then I will add a shimmer shade as well, just for a little pop of color. And I think everybody and their brother uses number 22 Cashew. That seems to be the favorite matte shade, but I noticed that they just launched a new matte in the shade Sandalwood, which is number 25M, and I wanted to kind of take a peek at this one since 22 and Cashew can often be sold out, and this looked kind of like a really good matte color to lay down as a base. That is what it is called. So this is 25M Sandalwood, and it is described as a beige brick color. So this is Cashew 22 matte right there. This is the OG, and then this is the new 25M, which is the Sandalwood matte. So if 22 is sold out, I feel like you could easily grab 25M, the new one in Sandalwood. Looks like a perfect little matte base shade. We're gonna pop that on my eyes today, give it a try, and what I love about these is literally the brush is so good. You have a little bit of time to play, but for an easy eye, it like looks like you've spent time on your eye, but it is the easiest eye ever. So I will just put a little bit of the pigment on, and then I will come in with my finger and just kind of place this where I want it. And what I like is you definitely have a little bit of time to play. And this is what that sandalwood color looks like. Just another perfect kind of one and done matte shade if you want that. So I often will use two of these, and I will use this. You can see how it's a little bit, you can kind of go right up into your crease here and just use the brush if you want. And then I'll just kind of tap that in. Okay, so for a matte look, I would just leave it like this, add a little eyeliner and mascara ready to go. But I always like to add just a little bit of shimmer, just a little bit of reflection on my mobile lid. One of my favorites is Tobacco. Let me give you a little swatch of Tobacco. Some of my favorites are, this is Tobacco. It is just such a beautiful kind of bronzy color here. I love it, kind of a cooler brown tone. This one is Sparkle, and it's going to give you just a little gold champagne touch. And then this one is Cold Copper here. It is such a beautiful one and done eye. Basically, these are like these super easy eye looks. I'm actually going to use Tobacco because even though that sandalwood is sort of a warmer tone, I often like to mix like a little bit of warmth with cool. I find that that kind of creates a nice look on the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in with my Tobacco here. It is such a beautiful color, and just going to put a little bit of that on the mobile lid. You could even skip the matte shade and just go to the bronzy shade. And I'm actually using the Merit eye brush here. That's another kind of nice brush here. And I'm just going to pat this into place here. And then I'm actually just picking up a little bit of that pigment, and I'm pulling a little bit of that Tobacco right underneath my lash line. So basically you can't go wrong with any of these eye tint colors. These just create really easy peasy eye looks when you're in a hurry. You don't want to spend a lot of time on your makeup. And then I finally picked up this beautiful Prada eyeliner. So many of you told me I needed to get my hands on Ember, and this was in stock, so I grabbed it, and you all are correct. This is like right up my alley. It's just a really soft bronzy brown. It is so pretty, and this is a gel-based eyeliner that's going to stay in place. I've been playing around with this and absolutely loving it. So what I've been doing is just kind of coming in and tight lining near my lash line for a little definition. Wiggling through the lashes. I love that eyeliner. I'm quickly going to clean up my eyebrows with my Gucci eyebrow pencil. This is just my favorite eyebrow pencil because it is easy to use. You don't have to be great with your lashes, and then I just kind of fill in where I need to here. Then I come back through and just brush through the brows again. Real simple, easy. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using the Merit mascara. This is an amazing tubing mascara that one of my girlfriends got me on. She just absolutely loves it, and she is right. This one literally is going to coat your lashes. It's going to lengthen and volumize, and since this is a tubing mascara, this is one that is easy to wash off at night. Speaking of which, I love, I have a little balm cleanser that I love that you can get at Sephora. So I will share that in a minute. It's from Pharmacy, and I've just really been enjoying it. And real quick, I just wanted to mention that I have been loving the Pharmacy. This is the Green Clean Cleansing Balm. I am a double cleanse girl. I'm a balm girl, and I have been loving this. It is like a little bit thinner in nature, and it just like literally you just take a little bit. It's gonna melt off all your makeup, all your SPF, all the grime. That's what I love to do. I love to put makeup on, but then at night I love to take a few minutes to really get off everything on my skin, and this has been my go-to balm at the moment. Okay, we have my eyes on, and then I'm going to do a little extra bronzing with my favorite new bronzer. This is from Farrah Home a Day, and I have it in the shade Lumine. I just absolutely love this along with her shader brush. So beautiful. The texture of this is like a cream to powder, and it's just one of the most realistic kind of bronzers I've ever used. So I just put on a little bit, but I'm hoping you can see it's got a little bit of luminosity in it. It has this kind of loomy matte finish, and basically I just kind of take a little bit of this and just add it where the sun would hit my face, just for that all over glow up. And I just love this bronzer. I feel like it brings everything together. Speaking of together, I always like to take a little bit of my bronzer and then just add that into my crease as well, so everything looks cohesive. Kind of just doing that. And then for highlighter, I did recently splurge on the Prada. This is the Highlight Glow Powder, and this one is in shade number 2. I am a little bit obsessed with this. It is so pretty, just sort of brushed on the top, like the highlights of your face, the tops of the cheeks, your eyebrow. But I also have been kind of dipping this in and just kind of place it all over just a teeny bit. So I'm still going to be using Farrah's brush here just because it picks up the product so nicely, just putting a little bit on there. And then I will go ahead and highlight right here. And then just kind of sweep this all over the face. Then for lips, I've got a couple things that I have been rotating through that I'm just going to recommend because I've really been liking them. That is this is the Violette Lip Nectar, and this is a gloss stain, so it's kind of an interesting formulation. And I picked this up in Rose de Moab, and this is a lovely little nude caramel shade. It is so pretty, and they have 3 other beautiful shades. So if you're into sort of a gloss that has a stain that's going to look great on your lips for several hours, I think you would love those. And then I picked up one of the Bisou jellies from the same Violette brand, and this is a lipstick and a balm in one. These are so cool. I love it, and this is such a good color. I used both of those in a recent video, just kind of showing you what I've been leaning towards. And then I have 2 other favorites. One's going to be the Splurge Lip, and the other is going to be like my favorite go-to gloss stick. So I'm somebody who loves a glossy lip on myself. I don't have huge lips, so I just like something that's easy and simple that I can slick on throughout the day. And this is the new Prada Glowing Lip Oil Stick. These are so pretty, and this is the shade in Rose. It's sort of funny. It's kind of like a little bubblegum pink color, but I love it. So I will show you this one. I think this one is so fun. It's kind of giving me Barbie vibes, but on the daily and a much more affordable option. I totally would recommend the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Sticks. You guys, these are amazing. They are the best. This is my favorite color. It is Fussy. It is like the best mauve toned gloss. Oh gosh, it's my favorite. It's like my perfect color, and I am just gonna show you how amazing this product is. If you're somebody who likes a gloss but you kind of prefer it in a stick version, the Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks are the bomb. They come in so many good colors. They just feel really good on the lips. And then we're gonna end with fragrance of the day. And I have the perfect summer scent. This is Missy by Rosie Jane. This is a clean perfume brand, and this recently launched, and I had to laugh because this is described as butterfly kisses, sex on the beach, pool vibes, and this scent literally smells like summer in a bottle. This is like you're at the beach, you're at the pool. This is just such a joyful fragrance, and I'm just gonna spray a little bit of this on. This smells like frangipani, like toasted coconut. It's got juicy pineapple. It's got mandarin in here. Like literally this smells like you are going to the pool or the beach and you are drinking a fun little pineapple fruity concoction. Life is good. You're soaking up the sun safely because of course you're wearing your SPF. You have on the cutest little straw hat and you are enjoying life. Like if that's what you are looking for, you're looking for just a really fun summer scent. I would definitely give this by Rosie Jane, the Missy scent, a try. This one just made me smile and I was like, this is sort of my go-to white t-shirt summer. So this is my final little go-to summer look using all Sephora beauty products. These have just been my grab and go products that I have been using lately. And I wanted to thank Sephora for teaming up again. I will leave all the information below about the upcoming offers that they have. Again, there's going to be 25% off select shampoos and conditioners, as well as 20% off select facial moisturizers, as well as 50% off select makeup, fragrance, and more. So I will leave that link down below so you can see what deals are going on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another one soon.